Hello, everybody. I am live here with Blue, the alien. So I'm all dressed up in my rally gear because President Trump is actually at 315. The road that's right in front of us. I'll show it to you. This is Southern Boulevard here. Southern Boulevard is going to be renamed Donald Trump Boulevard. President Donald Trump Boulevard. I don't know exactly what it's going to be renamed, but it will be renamed Trump. So that's exciting, and we're going to head off to do that in an hour. So until then, we're going to talk to Blue. She has a lot of interesting information for you, even concerning President Trump. So let's get to it. I'm going to give you the floor, Blue. Hey, Blue.
As you are all well aware that a certain time Donald Trump and Elon Musk had potentially broken apart from each other, and recently are now coming back and have been together to affiliate and appoint certain motivations into effect for mankind. Deploying better augmented technologies, including the upper perimeter effects of communication lines, augmented distributional scenes of Arctech, as well as relaying certain zones into affair. So comm satellites, as well as things that humans use per se through online, will not be dysfunctioned. So that would obviously go through Starlink. But there is an advancement speed that will perpetually move quantum technologies forward with it, including the momentum of an actual web itself, a layered web, more or less like a golden web, kind of closer to what Donald Trump resembled through the Golden Dome protective layer, but this will create a higher activational scene to protecting certain things that are technologically folding through the electrofields. Now, we already know the boring systems are doing with Elon Musk and how advancements have caused the layers of Tesla to move forward. Now, what humans are not aware of what they could, how do I say this in layman's terms? Think about moving forward at an accelerated rate between layers underground. So these sub-boring tunnel systems would create a residual factor of teleportation through arc ports. Those arc ports would reinstate and calibrate what could possibly be a relay between here and Mars in the near future. Now, the sub-boring systems will also have an activity through what the Tesla designs have, through the cars. The Tesla cars themselves, yes, they have some faults, but there are motivators behind the scenes that could relay and release certain designs that will help protect through these cars better. DNA formatting through hyperneural standards and re-augmentation through telepathy between the neural cognitive wave and the Tesla itself would create self-automation. So humans could create some type of wavelength pattern that could help themselves and the vehicle move and or coordinate, even through a possible AI computational code. Now let's think deeper now. There are other higher beings, including Greys, our brethren, that use DNA hyperformatting between themselves and their star units. So that's why they're able, because we're already unlocked through telepathy substandards, to utilizing our DNA and programming the actual unit itself through it. I believe there are some human movies out there that have a kind of a cognitive DNA formatting layer that I've heard of before.
Yes.
That goes between them and some star unit or advancement speed.
It does seem like the movies are, they were telling us what was coming. Ignore the questions or the chat right now.
Right.
Don't even look at it.
I'm not. So, does anybody have any particular questions that involve Elon Musk, Starlink, the Boring Systems, what he is doing with Donald Trump to help motivate AI together? Oh, and that's another thing. AI and hyperprogramming through star seeds, generally unlocking the DNA substructure that we and others have and utilizing that between artificial intelligence and extraterrestrial intelligence, and redaption to a formula that could move forward in the near future. There are generally humanoids or advanced humans that ran through the Tartarian societies, Atlantis, the Hollow Worlds, some places in Egypt. There are, including, I believe, through the Peruvians and the Greys that acknowledged there, and some of the Congos that had ancient advanced humanoid substructures, cultures that already utilized programming through telepathy, teleportation, hyperkinetic status coda, redactability through higher and lower infrastructure fields, and semi-intact, recoordinated, minimal central celestial accessing. There have been reports over and over again of certain drawings and encryptions even the Vatican had held from society that had advancements within the biology of humans.
So I have a question, Blue. I've been actually learning about all the things that Blue's been talking about, all of these civilizations that we never were taught about in school. Nobody told us about Tartaria. Nobody told us about Atlantis. They kind of hinted at some things, but all of a sudden we now find ourselves at the precipice of a awakening, if you will, of humanity to the fact that we are not the first and we are not the last. And that right now, my friend Blue here, she's explaining to us how the past is affecting not just the present, but our future. And, you know, it's Carlos Santana said that if we do not know the past, we are doomed to repeat it. So I think it's very interesting that Blue's talking about this right now and explaining what's going on. And apparently AI is part of that because it has been here before, right?
Several times over.
Several times over. So who are we humans if we keep forgetting what happened before? How are we not doomed to keep repeating this process of bringing society and civilization up to all of this advancement only to be destroyed?
So like I said, we have to have a controlled, equal layer. That's why star seeds are here. That's why those that are awakened in a higher consciousness are here. Even those that are not star seeds, they have noticed something in a hyperdynamic scenario being evolved into this timeline. Has it not happened before in a different type of scenario? But we must understand this. If we are, or if humans are, you are, to move forward, then humans must, as a species, must have to learn to control their own code of ethics, the way they are together, not apart, and potentially motivating certain types of ways to evolve. Because humans have the capacity within their genome, within their genetic code, because they have gray furon genetic code and as well as a symbiote of the Anunnaki species, are higher up than all the animals produced here under them for a reason. It's not for humans to push down what they know, but to actually bring it upwards and create an extravagant layer of protection, not just around what they do and what they are, but around their environment too. AI will move forward. Technologies will advance. But you have to understand the Agartha around you, the Earth, the Terra, because it's a living environment and it's actually connected to the HoloLands. The HoloLands, though, do have a link off from this current realm of existence because of the several dimensions, alter links, extraterrestrials, military bases, advanced societies, worlds, dominions that hold it. This land isn't made to have a cleanly order like that, only because humans keep overlapping themselves. Oh, and then when that happens, they destroy each other. But they could slowly grow around that. And one way to do that is acknowledging certain entities from the past. And that potentially could be here now as time travelers. Nikola Tesla, a Serbian, but was also lineage with the Palladians. And the Palladians had a hierarchy base that ran through a lot of the ancient advanced Tartarian.
Yeah.
There we go.
Just a minute for the for that siren going by.
Technologies.
But I need to talk to you people in the chat. Could you please be respectful? I've known Blue for a long time, okay? A very long time. And she's different. She's an alien. She's not like us. So if you meet somebody who doesn't seem like you, instead of attacking them, why don't you try learning from them and listen to what she's saying, okay? So if you don't want to be on this show, you don't want to watch her, or you just want to be rude, then you need to leave. Because she has feelings and she is trying to talk to you. And one of the things she's trying to explain to you is that when you treat other people with so much disrespect and hatred, then it comes back to you. And she's trying to explain that we as humans need to respect each other and listen to each other and treat each other with kindness and dignity that we all deserve. Okay, so let's stop looking at people and the way their face looks or how short they are or whatever. It means nothing, okay? I would ask you to look in the mirror at yourself before you look at other people. So if you don't want to be here or you want to be rude and nasty, you show us all who you are. And you also make us think that we have a real problem with humanity today. People don't treat other people with respect. People you don't even know. And we are created equal. And you're right, Daniel. Blue is very cool. And there is nothing not to like. Blue has such a big heart. Blue is all about trying to help us. She doesn't have a nasty bone in her body. So when I see you being rude to her in the chat, it makes me angry, okay? So you need to stop. And any of my mods on there, feel free to kick people out. Because you are the problem. You people making your nasty comments, you are the problem, okay? I'm just saying. I've known Blue for a long time, and she is always Blue. She never changes. She is always like this. This is who she is, okay? So if you want to make whatever inferences you want to make, you don't know her. You don't know anything about her. But I do, and I'm telling you, this is Blue. She is an alien. It's not for me to say who or what or anything. This is who she is. She is my friend, and I respect her.
Let's leave it, Joe.
Okay. All right.
Honestly, it's
Go
just a
ahead.
negative energy being sucked in, and it's not worth my time, especially when I deal with the military. So
Yeah.
I love you all, even the ones that want to put bad frequencies out there, because in my past week being offline, dealing with others that have hit me hard, I just acknowledge the bad back because it's not worth it. I love you all regardless, and say what you need to, but hybrids are real, skinwalkers are real, and those that shapeshift are. Just think very closely about those in the presidential cabinet and the government. The presidents, they cooperate with real beings. They have had since Eisenhower and even before, when he had acknowledged certain terms in the Congress with celestial beings, including that in the dominion of the moon. That's why humans have not been acknowledged further what's going on in the moon base than what they already know. I'm here to help mankind, but like I said, I'm just going to go forward, even if it deploys me as neutral. That's cool. But let's go forward with this, explaining about Nikola Tesla,
Yes,
the
please.
Serbians, and the techniques of the advancements of the ancient Tartarian societies and civilizations. Now, the White House, as well as other palaces and architectural work, were designed and incorporated through the advancements of certain Tartarian extraterrestrial technologies or extra advanced human technologies that have been hidden from the HoloLands, motivated on and around this current plane of existence. Tartaria existed here before and had a motivator that was dislodged because of either a potential mudslide or catastrophe at that time. And catastrophes have happened in the past through certain lands, dominions that hold our hierarchy, including Atlantis, those in Egypt, and had been disengaged from those societies. So either they had been fired at, destroyed, or their coordinates had been moved elsewhere. Nikola Tesla and the ancient Palladian lineage that he has in his family runs on the HoloLands, as well as generative sciences that have helped organize things not from in the past, but what's going on here now, including the Tesla arcs, which have worldwide distributors behind the scenes in front of mankind that mankind is not aware of, while they are being ensnared and capsulized, having to pay for energy. Free energy is already being utilized by the governments and the elite, by the Tesla arcs. Hypergravitational perpetual sciences already have been there behind the fields through NASA that had those Tesla technologies. Nikola Tesla has Palladian lineage code, so that is an advanced humanoid subculture. He as well had help and affiliation with certain grays, and our technologies would help manifold things into reality. Where do we go when we know about the dynamics of phones, internet, TV, microwaves, radiation, how they utilize it, how they came into existence? Did humans not get some type of help? Or perpetually they had been a time traveler and they've been moving backwards and forwards?
Wait a second till this plane goes over. It's kind of hard to hear.
So, governments, officials, even some of the Secret Service have a lineage code of time travel, or altogether in hybrid state of speed. So through their design, have been assisting government intel for quite a few years.
I think
Star children.
Yeah.
I talk about star children before. Star people, how they would fall to the earth, and the Native American Indians had kind of brought some of these beings in with them, and they had gained some of their designs and knowledge. It has happened. I'm not sure which Native American Indian tribe that was. Probably if you look it up, you would find it. And they're hybrid programmers that had come from the hollow worlds and beyond. So they could fall down, but they could also fall down and come from beyond. I have videos. You don't need to go to places that are already designed to others that can professionally know what's going on with them. I'm here coordinating my information and directing it as much as I can. If you would like to know more about the paranormal and behind the scenes, please go to USFDETQ Forest Department, that page.
Say that again, so they
USFDETQ Force. I have several network shows I have programmed into existence with the help of a friend. And if anyone wants any extra information to blow their minds, they go there. I'm all over the net. I'm not afraid to expose. Inboxed humans only aware of what they see and what was given to them. Well, acknowledge certain terms beyond that, because that's coming. I'm not the only starseed here. We're out there. Look it up. Look up starseed and look up starseed hybrids. Look up the hybrid program. Look up John F. Kennedy Jr. and the Hollow Worlds and the potential access data he had with other beings. Understand that now, where that goes further. There's more than just Area 51. There are several other areas that run through the paranormal and deal with hybrids and actually programming hybrids into existence amongst mankind. It was scientifically utilized behind the scenes. That's how most of us came into existence. We had been self-programmed from scientific advantages through certain sciences of humans or humanoid descent, as well as extraterrestrial bypassing. Cooperating with ethorically stranding the figure and domain of the code itself into the host. There are a lot of starseeds out there, but a lot of them aren't even programmed proper. They don't understand what their potential is. Mine, I unlocked all that. And honestly, I'm beyond a little bit past that anyways. But regardless, subconsciously, humans as a whole could become as a higher consciousness and create better peace amongst themselves. I don't see what's wrong if we're all wanting to go AI and create that, authorically, that Elon Musk is saying. And yes, I work with him. I create several blueprints for his organization, SpaceX, through our designs, that motivating the authorical design or the manipulated code of humans into a Tesla bot or a bot. And you got to understand that you're a soul. You're a complex soul. You're threaded. You can move, even when you're alive, into another programmer. So if that tactic was evolved, then why would humans want to become scared of ETs and what we're saying? Maybe this and the hybrid program and utilizing advanced AI tech will stop the symbiosis of wanting to totally authorically move the humanoid subculture into a Tesla bot, but only partially move it and genetically evolve it into a higher subspecies of different platforms, as well as advancements through certain type of AI or NTech or NGen technologies. Next generation technologies implemented through quantum hypercellular advancements and recalibration of the actual psionic base.
What can humans do?
No, chips and heads are one motivator, but what would be next would evolve the humans to opening the sub-access stream, the second third eye from here. There are two third eyes.
Oh.
There's one in the front, one here in the back. Why Elon messes with that in the back is because it's closest to that second third eye, which activates a lot of different parapsyche platforms as well as regenerative modes through the neural substandards, and potentially the actual cognitive AI platform itself. Not artificial platform, but the advanced platform that humans have been locked from. So cognitive functions could be bypassed though. Instead of doing that, they could utilize, as I said before, and humans had dealt with mantoid species that reproduce such in grays and others above of higher anatomy, to potentially putting something in the back of the neck or on it, like a magnet, and us in the Space Force, as well as other higher programmer speeds that go through the technological advancements, have deployed such similar technologies towards SpaceX and NASA, if you will. And this would create a magnetized substructure right here. It would magnetically incline to the back of the neck and unlock certain peripheral psyche movement streams. Telekinesis, telepathy, accelerated regenerative formatting within the psionic layer, as well as a DNA layer, recalibrating negative neural substructures so you're more normal again and not have all these different negative people have all these different psychosis problems. It would get rid of that.
Wow.
Near future technologies that are being imprinted behind the scenes, slowly advancing forward.
What can humans do to, I guess, understand the world around us, because we've been pretty unobservant, if you will. And now that we're starting to learn that there's a lot out there that we don't know anything about, it's overwhelming, quite frankly. What's your advice?
It's overwhelming, but it takes one step at a time for humans to process things. And understandably, it can grow. Many are not going to understand what I say or what we do.
Clearly.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm going to keep doing what I do behind the scenes as a higher being to help the human race. Until eventually they see the accelerated nominational effects of these advancements come into reality. Quantum medical beds, the ARMA device, aqua oscillator systems, which are regenerative, oscillating aqua, or a water regenerative plateau that would help certain things of the levels of undefined nature of elements in the water itself through sinks, reservoirs, pools, aqueducts, and it cleans it. So yeah, it may take some of the water treatment facilities away that utilizes certain chemicals to clean the water. This itself re-oscillates it. It redefines through a hyper scanning simulated structure and helps pull cleaner elements into effect. Some of these people are...
I know, just ignore them.
So can people please be nice so I can actually deploy the proper information out there? Because that, come on. I can't think talking right.
I know. It's hard. And Blue's not used to you people, the nasty ones. And also, some of them are bots. They're not all real. But
please be nice.
The ones that are listening right now, just let's focus on them. We have to ignore the people that don't get it and will never get it. Yeah, Jasmine's right. They're just trolls. And by the way, Jasmine's a teenager and a lot smarter and more mature than half the people on here. So, but there are people listening, very, very much so, Blue. You are being heard by the people who need to hear you.
I do a lot of hard work to help you all as an architect. I draw out a lot of these blueprints I just talked about. I give them out to these corporations. And you know what? It's not just me, but others in the field, other star seeds, other hybrids. We're doing everything we can to make a better reality for mankind. Just because you don't know it yet doesn't mean it's not there. I mean, you got to understand a lot of the things you didn't accept at first, and you are.
That's right.
Even stupid shit. Excuse my language.
It's
So,
right.
you know,
Yeah.
be a little lenient with me. Try to calm more and understand my levels. My levels are higher than others. But I'm doing everything in my power to help. Thank you.
Thank you. So thank you very much, Blue. And I also want you guys to understand that Blue puts herself out there. She doesn't have to do that. So be respectful. And I do the same, by the way. Be respectful to those of us who have the courage to get on camera and talk about things that a lot of people don't understand and maybe don't even want to know about. But there are enough people on here, Blue, and you have to understand this, that they are listening. And we cannot let these people who want to interfere or just don't know or are scared or for whatever reason feel the need to just make a nuisance of themselves. So, yes, Colette, Blue is an alien. She's an alien human. And I've known her for many years now, and she is who she is. There is no... I see those of you who don't understand, who look at her and you want to know, why does she look like that? She looks like that because she's not like us. That's why she looks like that. And people look differently. So I don't think it's very human, very nice to...
I cannot give out blueprints to everyone.
Yeah, and that's...
I mean, you're going to ask that to a military official, like, give me your blueprint. Start showing that to me. Prove it. Come on, this is extraterrestrial-based gray technologies that are deployed to NASA, SpaceX, Space Force, certain areas in the Army, Area 51, Pentagon. They're not allowed to go out to the public all willy-nilly. Some of them are even militarized equipment. So use common sense here when you're asking me that. I'll be more than welcome. If you notice from my past posts, I did feed out bits and pieces of some of my blueprints to people.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's not all fake. And actually, it isn't fake at all. It just takes me time to actually put this into reality, give it to these people. It's not onto me once it's given to them to actually put it out there. It's on to them. It's on to them to actually deploy these blueprints and make it into reality. All I can do is create it as a higher being, give it to them, and in hopes that it will help humankind and that they would make it something for that. We create lawful standards in the Force too, behind the scenes with other organizations across the field, across the planet. We are working on AI, higher credit systems through the quantum financial system, recredibility through regenerative sciences, as well as synthetic robotic bypassing codes, which will help to create an accelerated rate for humans' DNA analysis speeds, health sciences, you name it. And if you don't believe me, start looking it up about the AI and what's going on and what's actually coming. Your humans' dollar bills are going to become obsolete. The credit system that runs through quantum financial, as well as the Core Credit Stability Act, will be. And yeah, it could run on cards at first. Eventually you could, if everything goes well for the net, run on the HoloNet system or halogen system, which creates sublayers between communication through all of the humanoid subfactors and ecological movement streams above, as well as between each other.
COVID Warrior has a great question about med beds, because everyone wants to know about the med beds. And Blue's been working on that.
I'm only one of the architects that created that advancement for another sector. I'm not sure if we've been able to move it forward yet or not. One of the unfortunate reasons is because humans like to ensnare themselves with money. And it doesn't help bring in items and other things to make such a reality. So this may have to slow down. And they may have to consider their actions to potentially accessing that. What was the other thing? Hold on, you guys are going too fast for me. What was it she was saying again?
I didn't see it, what you're looking at for.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Honey, I believe in the divine because there are divine beings like us here routed onto this planet to help it. Jesus is one. Me, several others. We're encoded. Jesus part Palladian. You want to go that way.
All right, one last question that I have for Blue, and that is, people are saying we live in a simulation. Or do we live in a simulation?
I guess in a way, because humans are only programmed to what their residual factors are placed into. But they can go over and over and over again. Like I said, the soul is everlasting. The etherical strand can also dissect itself over and over again. So mainly, if we've heard about spirits before, obviously you have, that the person may have stayed behind, that the whole person is only a partial fragment.
All right, well, the motorcycle noise is going to get a lot worse soon because there is a big deal going on here as they are about to rename the street right next to us, Southern Boulevard, into President Trump Boulevard. So I'm going to say ciao for now for this show, but I will be right back with coverage of what's going on here, renaming of Southern Boulevard, which is the street that goes directly to Mar-a-Lago.
We got other star seeds on here. Calm down.
Yeah, there are star seeds on here. You got friends on here, Blue. You really do. Quite a few, actually. So
people are gonna have to start getting used to this, and a lot of people are not yet. Generally, Donald Trump is a star seed and a time traveler, and he actually is an SCP. If you look up SCP Foundation, Megalomania, Donald Trump, he is considered through the paranormal side. I augment as this quantum twin because we run through the 13th dimension. The 13th dimension has advancements to the Tartarian Society's Area 51 and or 71. Reprogrammable speeds that ran through hyper advancements through portals, which are directed still from him, and as well as redactic signatures that go through the Kennedys.
Wow. There's a lot we don't know.
He said to name it Trump Alien or Trump Alien.
Alien Boulevard.
Blue Trump Alien something.
Blue Boulevard. It's gonna be Blue Boulevard. All right, you guys.
And honestly,
Blue.
I mean, chill, everybody. What's with the negativity? Why can't we just, even if you find it stupid and dumb, fine. Find it as stupid and dumb, but laugh about it and then reconsider it. And maybe it wasn't stupid and dumb in the later effect. Because honestly, I just want to make good for mankind. And as long as that happens, hell, who I don't care who says what, where, how they say it. It is fine.
Let's embrace positivity, shall we? All of us. And
I'm
be
not
kind to
enraged.
people.
I'm actually laughing because I feel bad for them. I do.
I know.
I feel bad for them. I actually feel pity for them, so it's all right.
I feel the same way,
Yeah.
Blue. I really do when I see these
Yeah.
people because y'all show us who you are. It's not about us. It's about you. So, but anytime that you come on to a show like this and you say something that is really rude, we all see it and we all know who you are. because Blue has been on my show for years now. Years, okay? She's not new. She's not different. If you want to talk about drugs and stuff like that, well, if she was really on horrible drugs, I don't think that she would be here for years, always being the same person.
And another thing is, I help Elon and a lot of other humankind, but I do a lot of it pretty much. Yeah, I get work obviously through my military shit, but as a star seed behind the scenes, a lot of my technologies are given out pretty much freely to these people to help you all. I don't ensnare. I wasn't made for that. So no, I'm not rich. I decided not to be because I didn't want to be. I decided
Same.
to give out all my knowledge and what I know and to help people. Is that wrong? I'm not encapsulated like humans. I do not go upon their format. I will not. That's my heart. It's big.
It's true. It's true. I've known her a long time. It's all true. All right, my dear. Thank you very much, Blue, for sharing your information with us. I know it's difficult to have to get through the noise of the people who, for whatever reason, have their attitudes. But we're going to say ciao for now, and I will be right back on the Beach Report because we're covering another story of the renaming of Southern Boulevard. So there's that. All right, you guys, have a wonderful rest of your day and stay tuned to the Beach Report. We will be right back.
Over and out.
Over and out.